Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy LaRon. We back with another video. You see the thumbnail, see this video is about. But before we get into that, hit subscribe and turn notifications to all, because on this channel we're doing thought-provoking videos, reaction videos, and once a month a review on a black-owned product. So let's go. I seen a tweet, right? I was, scrolling through Twitter. I seen this tweet from Ellen Hopkins. She's a New York Times best-selling author. Didn't know too much about her, but I just know that she's a best-selling author and she's one of the extreme liberalists, right? So these extreme liberalists, they be having this subtle racism that they can get away with. These extreme liberalists always can do like subtle racism that they can throw little sprinkles of racism here, sprinkles of racism there. They always get away with it and never be questioned. So she did one of those moves. So what she did was this tweet. So she put this tweet out about Judge Clarence Thomas. So I'm gonna give you a little backstory on Judge Clarence Thomas if you don't know who he is. But she put this tweet out saying that trying to maintain the high road, don't want him to die, but wouldn't mind if his health forced him to retirement. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas hospitalized with infection, High Court says. This liberal white woman is wishing this black man becomes so sick that he has to retire. She said she didn't want to wish death on him, so she didn't want to be that extreme, but she just said, I wish that he could retire. Like I said, these liberals always come out with this subtle racism that they could just easily get away with for whatever reason. And us as the black community as a whole, we never check these liberals on this stuff, right? So those who don't know or may know who Clarence Thomas is, Clarence Thomas was a Supreme Court judge back in 1991, appointed by George H.W. Bush, one of the first Bush, right? The Gulf War Bush. He was appointed by that Bush, and he'd been serving on the seat for 31 years, which is a long time. I think, in my opinion, we should always honor people like this. It doesn't matter about the political views or whatnot, because one, he was born in 1948 in Georgia, so he's seen real racism. He's seen that real, segregation, all that stuff, and he was able to overcome that and become a Supreme Court judge. That's a big accomplishment, and we don't really build up on people like that, because sometimes it's political views and we are told what to support and not support, basically, right? And since we're being told what to support and not support, this is why people like Ellen Hopkins feel comfortable saying things like this. Because let's just reverse the roles and just right? Let's say if Bill Clinton or Barack Obama appointed Clarence Thomas and he was more of a liberal type of Supreme Court judge than a conservative Supreme Court judge, right? Let's just say that. Say if those two would appoint him, and he's now in this position where he's sick, where his health is really compromised, and somebody I don't know, just say some random conservative author come out and put a tweet out like this. What kind of backlash would there be? There'll be wild, crazy backlash. But since she's a liberal and he's a conservative, this is okay. You can get away with saying stuff like this. And I'm not telling you to be a conservative or a liberal. I'm just saying this is straight racism right in our face. And that's why she felt uncomfortable. That's why she felt comfortable doing this. Because if the roles were reversed, she'd be on an apology tour. She'd be going on The View. She'd be going on Jimmy Kimmel. She'd be going on all types of book. She'd be getting booked for everything just to say sorry. She'd be just like Whoopi Goldberg, got to be suspended or whatever, or all her books would be taken off the shelves. Black Twitter be asking for her to, it'd be all types of stuff. If Supreme Court Judge Clarence Thomas was more liberal than conservative, and the person Ellen Hopkins was more conservative than liberal, if everything was reversed, it'll be a call. But since it's not reversed, she knows she can get away with it. And I've been talking about this on my page for a minute, man, how these white liberals could be so racist against black conservatives and nobody check them on it. I mean, my platform is not big as I want it to be, but I'm gonna keep continuing to come down at these white racist liberals that keep doing this type of stuff. And for example, remember that white lady who had on a mask and threw an egg at Larry Elder? Now let's just change the scenario up and what would have been done to this white lady if that white lady had on a gorilla mask, threw an egg at Stacey Abrams. What would have been different? What would have been different? Black Twitter would have came after her saying that these white people can't be doing these type of things. They would have came for her job. She would have lost her job. Basically, she probably would have went to jail. It would be a whole bunch of different things if a white woman threw an egg at Stacey Abrams. But since a white woman threw an egg at Larry Elder, she went home. It's crazy how black conservatives get treated, man. And it's like, yo, I'm not a conservative or a liberal, but I'm saying this, like, if we don't stick with each other, this stuff is not going to go unnoticed or untouched, and it's really messed up. It's really messed up. I did another video, because Candace Owens always gets slandered by white liberals all the time, and nobody sticks up for her in the black community. So it was a video I did. Noah Cyrus, Billy Ray Cyrus' daughter, basically calling Candace Owens a nappy-headed hoe. Now, say if Noah Cyrus would have said that about, Cori Bush, right? Say she said that about Cori Bush. What kind of avalanche or backlash would have came down for her saying that? But yeah, man, these white liberals, man, they know they could be racist towards black people, and they could just subtly throw in that racism and to sprinkle that racism all over what they want to sprinkle into, man. Thoughts and prayers going out to Judge Clarence Thomas, man. He is definitely a staple in the black history. The second Supreme Court judge that's black, that's a big accomplishment. Been doing it since 1991. And like I said, these white liberals, man, they feel like they could take our heroes, the greatness that black people do, and just throw racism on it. But she did delete the tweet and, you know, trying to push back. But you know how they do. The screenshots are out there in the tweet. That's why I could talk about this. And not to mention, shout out to Defiant L's. They always like take a tweet that kind of like contradict what they saying now. And she did have the tweet saying that prayers up for RBG when RBG was going through her health complications. But now that Clarence Thomas is going through his health complications, she just wants him to just get sick enough for him to retire. Come on, man. We know the racism, man, when we see it. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. I appreciate your time. All right, man. Till next time. Peace.